I've never been hurt before. I never had any restriction in life. I could just go as hard as I want, as fast as I wanted, and it's all gone.
Before his accident, John Vrana had only worked 2 months as a cooker and cleaner at his father-in-law's animal rendering plant in Utah.
You shovel guts, you move dead animals with a backhoe, unclog equipment.
For the 32-year-old, it was just a temporary gig while he waited for drilling work in the oil fields. But in a split second on the job,
Yeah, but there ain't no he has no legs. His legs are cut off. I need lifeline, please.
his life permanently changed.
My brain never registered the pain. Then honestly, instantly, another click in my brain is, how am I going to live? I don't want to die.
John had been trying to unclog this machine, which grinds animal parts and separates bone from fat, when his right foot slipped.
So my right foot's being sucked into it. I mean, I literally see my right foot be sucked around. I seen it being broken and smashed. And then it finally just rips my legs off, and instantly, all I want to do is call Ashley. I think I'm gonna have to go take these things off.
Okay. Ashley is John's wife. The mother of 2 was at home, 6 months pregnant with 2 more on the way. John believes Ashley is the reason he's still alive.
My stitches look good. I don't know what was going through my mind, so I just had to call her. So I just keep crawling.
John, who had been working alone, put a belt around his leg like a tourniquet and dragged himself at least 15 feet before he encountered this hose, suspended a few inches off the ground, too low for him to slide under, and with no legs, too high for him to climb over. He considered giving up, but kept moving until he found help.
And called Ashley. And I just told her I loved her, in case I died.
Tell me what's been the hardest part about this for you.
Watching John try and get back to normal. Just because there's only so much that I can help him with. He has to kind of accept this on his own. It's his body, it's his life.
John is one of millions of workers to be injured on the job in recent years. And according to federal statistics, 13 workers die every day, often due to accidents that could have been prevented.
We are a small agency. We have, with our state partners, 2,300 inspectors to visit somewhere between 7 and 8 million workplaces.
David Michaels heads the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, also known as OSHA. His organization has the challenge of assuring safe and healthy environments for workers across the country through education and enforcement.
Well, we do as much as we can with our resources. We have enough inspectors to visit every workplace once every 100 years. We try to get to the high hazard workplaces, but OSHA can't inspect every workplace. We simply don't have the resources.
Some might argue, is OSHA even necessary? If you can't go inspect these places and people just do what they want to do.
Well, I think we've had a huge impact. OSHA is not alone, obviously, but when the OSHA Act first passed, there were about, 14,000 fatalities a year. That was 37 deaths every day in workplaces in the United States. Now, with a workforce almost twice as large, we're down to 13 deaths a day.
OSHA recently announced a partnership with the Department of Justice to prosecute employers who willfully endanger workers. That's on top of the fines it already imposes for safety violations. But so many fly under the radar with few inspections and little accountability.
Let's see how I can get up here.
Here, am I in the way?
Nope.
John says he knows no one intended for him to get hurt. His father-in-law, who owns the business, didn't respond to our calls. The state OSHA office is now investigating. It previously fined that business more than $1,200 in 2009 for an unrelated but serious infraction involving a worker operating a forklift without proper training.
How much training did you have to know how to operate that equipment and know what was safe and what was not?
There wasn't much training. It was family business, and everybody in a hurry. Faster you do something, the more money you save. And you know, a lot of stuff in the workplace just doesn't get addressed unless an accident happens. Standing up.
John says, in retrospect, he shouldn't have been working alone, and the blades that destroyed his legs should not have been exposed.
What do you think needs to be put in place to make workplaces safer?
Everybody just needs to stop back, and the whole world isn't money. The whole world to do something 10 minutes faster. I wouldn't have cared if I took 3 hours longer and still had legs. I bet my father-in-law wouldn't care if I took 3 more hours and still had legs.
Given the lack of inspectors that exist, would you say it is the workers' responsibility to be looking around and figuring out what's unsafe at their workplace?
No, it's the employer's responsibility to provide a safe workplace. It's their responsibility to identify hazards and to abate them.
Let me just be.
Okay.
You just follow me.
Don't yell at me if I accidentally catch you.
That's all right.
You sure you don't want me to catch you?
I'm sure I don't want you to catch me.
For John, life now is all about relearning what was once second nature.
Wow, you have a lot of strength.
Like I said, life don't stop for you. You got to figure it out.
Before his accident, John was a talented water skier and boater. This is the first time he's seeing his boat since he lost his legs. He's hoping one day he'll be able to take it out on the lake again.
I got to get over it. It's just my first time out here. You just got to cry sometimes to feel better.
Beyond the tears,
I can pinch boxes and I can pretty much do anything.
John has determination and a sense of humor.
I can hand sanitize. Nah.
So what's that like right now? That you guys have each other, seeing each other, what's that mean to you?
A lot.
Like more than you can really explain.
I'd be dead without you, so.
John has the will of a warrior, and with a set of twins on the way, he and his wife have a plan to get him back on a new pair of feet.
Hey, don't make faces at me, then we'll fall.
With more now is America Tonight's Lori Jane Gliha. It's just unbelievable to think what John has gone through here. How's he doing? Is he getting more help now, or?
Yeah, you know, he's getting workman's comp, which is helping with a lot of his medical bills and all the things that he needs to go through medically. He also has a GoFundMe page to help with his wife and he when he's not working, because they're expecting twins any day now.
Oh, wow.
But he's had to do so many things to his house. You know, he's taken the door off his bathroom. He's had to have a ramp put in. You saw in the garage, he has this thing that takes him into his car. He had to have something added to his steering wheel, which is really cool. He just told me this week he was able to drive a really long distance. He dropped by himself. He drove his little girl to basketball practice. So he's been able to do so many.
Oh, the little things that so many of us just take for granted.
Yeah,
and he does it with a good attitude.
He has an amazing attitude. He's been through so much besides just the accident itself. He had a skin graft from his stomach, which helped repair the skin on his knee, which was very painful. He's gone through MRSA 2 times, and he's had some prosthetics that were kind of ill-fitting, but now he's gotten a mold. He was able to walk this week for about 9 hours on the new prosthetics, and he's hoping just to continue on and eventually add some more height so he can grow back to what the 5'8" stature that he has was.
And take on all those responsibilities as being a dad.
Yeah.
You know, I think what really shocked me and will shock a lot of people about this report is OSHA admitting that they don't have enough inspectors, that they could only hit every business in America, what, every 100 years?